Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin. Well, today with me, I have the absolute pleasure of sitting here with Caliph Gamble. Caliph Gamble, he's over to celebrate and to honour his father's legacy tomorrow at the Royal Albert Hall. 50 years, 50 years. They're going to be celebrating, and it's going to be hosted by Sir Lenny Henry. So welcome, Caliph.
Thank you very much, Esther. It's very incredible to be here. Haven't been to London in a long time, but to be here celebrating 50 years since the release of the song The Sound of Philadelphia, which went on to become the Soul Train theme song and the intro.
With the 3 degrees,
they were featured on there.
Yeah.
We'll have Sheila Ferguson at the Royal Albert Hall tomorrow, along with Dexter Wansell will be there in person. So it'd be great to have them, as they were essential members of the Philadelphia International roster, and they had some great contributions. When Will I See You Again? That's a song that's also turned 50 years old, so it's celebrating its birthday. So it's a birthday celebration of 2 incredible songs that have made an impact across the globe for 50 years.
Brilliant. And how do you feel being over here representing your father, Kenny Gamble, part of Leon Huff, Kenny Gamble, and Thom Bell? What does it feel like to be representing such a, I would say, a legendary and historical backdrop of people who have made such an impact on the world?
It's an honor to be here representing not only my father, Leon Huff, and Thom Bell, but all of the people that contributed to make Philadelphia International Records significant in the history of music. And when you go around the world and meet people that have different recollections of how these songs have resonated with them and become the soundtrack to their lives, it's special to carry that baton for these men that have done it for so long, men and women, because you have great writers like Linda Creed and Cynthia Biggs, Vinnie Barrett. There's so many people. Philadelphia International Records was like a university, so to be one of those members that now speaks about those stories and those people that contributed to help make that legacy what it is today is a absolute honor.
And some of the artists that they wrote for, the great Teddy Pendergrass, New Rules, the 3 Degrees, and the list goes on. There's such huge credits to their name. For you as an artist in your own right, but also as the son of Kenny Gamble, what do you believe were the special attributes that the relationship your father had with Leon Huff and Thom Bell? What were the special attributes that made their songwriting so special?
The element that was most special about their partnership was that they were friends first.
Yes.
So before they even made $1 from any song that they thought about creating, they genuinely liked being in each other's presence. So that made it pretty effortless when they would have general conversations about daily occurrences in their lives that, because they had these musical abilities, turned into songs that they were able to express with melody and rhythm, and then share that with other talented musicians and writers, and then they were able to expand on the foundation that they had created through just and enjoying some conversation.
Absolutely. And for you, growing up amongst all these incredible people, what was it like for you as the son of one of the greatest songwriters, they say, that the world has, I say,
what it's like growing up in a lifestyle like that, it changes frequently. So where it may be one answer today, it could easily be something different tomorrow. And that's natural with life, it's the ebbs and flows of life. everybody's circumstances and situation is different. Mine continues to develop as time goes on. I'm thankful to be present to move with the changes, and you know, I'm learning on the fly, so to speak. Because when you look at the work that I'm doing now and the people that I've learned from over the years, there's not a lot of examples prior to myself. You have a few that I can think of offhand. Barry Gordy's son. You know, there's of that era. I'm just talking like predating my father and his partner's success. There's not a lot of people from our community that have enjoyed that kind of success and then be tasked with the management of not only the assets but the stories and the origins of not only the music but the people involved in creating the music. So it's a big responsibility, but with the right village, you can accomplish anything. And then you being persistent on top of that and doing your own due diligence. You just have to be patient with yourself, and that's what I've done over time to get a better understanding of what it is that I need to do with the opportunity afforded.
And if your father was able to have joined you tomorrow in this great celebration and in Lyon, what do you think they would say?
My father and Huff and my Uncle Tommy, if they were here, they would probably just unanimously say it's a beautiful thing. They're very humble in spirit, and they just are thankful to have been able to write songs and work with people that they enjoy being around and call it their career. So they would be humbled and thankful, and they'd probably be a little bit in awe, because for anyone to think something they created would still have a life of its own 50 years later, it's pretty unimaginable until it actually occurs. So, yeah, it would be a special year.
And I just want to say thank you so much for giving us your time today. How did you enjoy your afternoon tea, Caliph?
I enjoyed my afternoon tea a lot. I believe I went with the breakfast tea blend or breakfast blend.
No, that's an okay. So because he's an American, ladies and gents, let's just split it. He had was it Earl Grey? Earl Grey? No, was it Earl Grey? Just say it, I'll end it.
Breakfast tea.
It was breakfast tea.
It was breakfast tea. Yeah, breakfast tea.
So I come back. So I say
English breakfast
Okay,
tea.
let's start. Let's do that again. I'll edit. Okay, so Caliph, you had afternoon, enjoyed a bit of afternoon tea with us. What did you think of it? Because you had Earl Grey. No, you had breakfast tea. You had breakfast tea and some scones. Now, in the States, I know you guys call them biscuits.
Yeah.
Over here, we call them scones. So, what did you think of our makeshift scones?
I enjoyed the scones a lot. I have to work on and learn the pronunciation, and then, well, that was the tea. The tea, but that was natural though. The pinky kind of just goes up on its own. It seems like you kind of got to control that to kind of stay tucked.
We're
So
working on him, ladies and gents. We're working on him because he's going to be coming back.
I'll be
Hopefully
back.
He'll be back soon.
no question. I enjoyed London. I was here, like we said, 30 years ago, and but this is a different experience. I'm able to actually get around and see London and embrace the culture. So it's a strong learning curve to come, but the music has been embraced in the UK and in particular in London is before my time. So I'm very thankful and appreciative of the UK and London for how they embraced my father and his partner's works over the decades.
As they say, we love you over here. You know, in the UK, they love old school and they honour, and there's a resonance of wanting more. And so, people are hungry over here for old school music, or as Gerald Austin once said to me, he goes, for us classic old school artists. So just hoping that it all goes well tomorrow. I'm looking forward to hearing more about the journey of Kelly Gamble, Leon Huff and Thom Bell. And I must say, when Thom passed away a couple of years ago, I had the privilege of doing a couple of tributes in his name, and there were some incredible stories that came out of those interviews. And it just shows that when you are at the top of a pyramid and you have a certain attitude about that, how it filters down. Because as Caliph talks about his father and how the world perceives what he's done, starts at the top. Be the change that you want to see in the world. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, and looking forward to doing this again.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Just interviewed,
Caliph or Caliph
but I was pronouncing it Caliph. So
Gamble.
Gamble. So you'll excuse me, I've put my tongue back in, and now I'm going to pronounce Caliph or Caliph.
No, not Caliph. That's the one we was going with. The
Caliph.
first one you saying good. That's rolling.
It's Caliph.
It's
right?
Caliph.
Caliph.
Caliph. Caliph.
Yeah,
Caliph.
right there.
Gotta do a
that's
song out of
perfect.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, Caliph. Thank you for your time, Caliph.
That'll be the one.